So the way Muslims pray, okay, is quite beautiful. It's unique to many other religions. And the way we do it is we turn to Kaaba, which Allah made a symbol of His unity. And imagine that the Kaaba is in the middle of the world, and Muslims from around the world are turning to this focal point from all directions, from east, west, north, south, everywhere. In the UK, our Kaaba is towards roughly southeast. So we say, while facing one direction, that I have turned my face, okay, from all directions to one direction. And that is a direction appointed by Allah, which is in Mecca, a place built by Ibrahim. And yes, that's the Kaaba. And his son Ismail, alayhi salatu wassalam. And we turn to that. Means I'm turning my face from any direction to only one direction, and that is Allah. Okay? I'm not worshipping the Kaaba. I'm not prostrating to the Kaaba, but I am, turning my direction from all, places and directions to only one Qibla, and that is in Mecca, built by Prophet Ibrahim, like I say, for about 4,000 years ago, and for people to worship. And so I raise my hands again and I say Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest. So raising hand again means I've got nothing to do with the world around me in this very moment. I am only concerned about Allah, and I am, connected with my Creator. So I raise my hands, and that's how I perform the intention of 2 or 4 or 3 units prayer. And I say Allahu Akbar means that I would not prefer anybody unto Allah, and I would always do what Allah says and asks me to do. And that is that I will say halal is halal. What Allah says is permissible for me. What Allah says is impermissible is impermissible. So this is the manifestation. Yeah, I do this 5 times a day to acknowledge, appreciate, and showcase and practically, impersonate the idea that Allah is the greatest. My direction is to Him, and He is my master, the creator of the universe, and I only do what He says to me to do. So I surrender to Him, and that's what is Islam. Islam means surrendering yourself to the will of one God, true God, Allah. And Muslim is the person who does so. Okay? So he and she are, they're doing this 5 times a day to hammer in the idea that my master is one, and the creator of the universe is the same as my creator, and I obey him, and this is beautiful. So I say Allahu Akbar. That's what it means, yeah? It doesn't mean that I say Allahu Akbar. It doesn't make sense if I say Allahu Akbar and I direct myself to Qibla and I say Allah is the greatest, and then as soon as I come out of namaz, okay, and my prayer, I start doing something which is haram, which is gambling or alcohol or having illicit or extramarital or illegal relationship, or eating something haram, or doing something haram, or listening to something impermissible, or whatever, you see. So these are the things that this is the idea of the prayer that hammers in the whole belief system in me. And that's why after the Shahada, the first pillar of Islam, when you believe in one Allah, comes the second pillar of Islam, which is to pray 5 times a day. And so this is the acknowledgement, yeah? And so that's why I say Allahu Akbar, and then I go into this practice, and then I praise Allah in the first instance, Subhanakallahumma instance, yeah? And then Al-Fatiha, okay, the opening chapter of Quran, and then anything else from the Quran. So within the Fatiha, also I praise Allah, I ask for His direction, I ask Him and beseech Him to keep me on the right path. Yeah. So this is the beginning of the prayer, and roughly why Muslims pray 5 times a day, inshallah.